Hi guys, welcome back to the Teaching Learn. This is Satyavas. I hope you are doing good. This video is about ECD pedagogy questions, and in this video, I'll be sharing with you the important questions that have been part of the previous papers, and some other terms that will be used from your study guide. So you have to be very careful. Watch this video till the end. Please don't escape and share this video with your colleagues as much as you can. So this video has been divided into three major parts. The one is that what were these terms were used in previous tests, okay, and how do I know? And the second thing, what areas that you need to be focused. And the third thing, that what questions might be from these terms. So you have to be very careful and you have to watch. So let me share the screen. So these are the important terms. I have selected 100 important terms according to the standards. I have covered all standards in these terms, and most of these terms were taken from the past papers. So what I have analyzed is that these terms have been used repeatedly, and somehow they just rephrase the structure of the question, and the examiner use into the in different patterns, but the context of these terms remained the same. So I wanted to share with you these things, so you have to stay with me. And one more thing, if you want that I should answer all these 100 terms and prepare a separate document for you, so please feel free. My WhatsApp number is in the community tab. You can take it and you can email me directly. So let's see. The first term, which was also used in previous papers, that's the schema. The other one is the deductive thinking. There was a question about the screening and assessment evaluation. So these terms were used for the reading skills. That one is the distributed reading skill and trace reading skill and the expository reading skill. There are the videos about and in pedagogy TLS part. So you can check these videos: detecting, screening, assessment, evaluation, differential, distribution, trace reading, and expository. So I'm going to share the link of that playlist. And abductive reasoning method and deductive reasoning method. Now this part I have already mentioned in my previous video, which is a comprehensive listening skills, which is a detailed video there. And the second, there was a question about the decoding and encoding. This is a very important because we practice, because these are the practice you should not memorize. So they can create, an examiner can create a scenario and can ask you that which teaching method a teacher should use in this process. That is the bottom-up teaching method and top-to-down teaching approach. So these are the things. So these are the scenario-based questions. And the analytic method, this is also concerned with the decoding and encoding. And from the reading part, you have to read aloud and silent reading. You should know that read aloud and silent reading. These are also the scenario-based that teacher, while a teacher is teaching in the classroom to increase the reading skills, which method can be useful as the read aloud or silent reading, and what are these again? Regarding the cognitive and development, that are different stages of the child development, they have the different cognitive abilities. So examiner will ask you that at certain age, for example, from in grade 1 what the cognitive skills can be developed, and how can, so that can be considered as critical thinking, like the inquiry-based and research-based approaches. So these can include also the abductive and deductive and inductive reasoning methods. So you have to be very careful. Physical development, how the question can be that what characteristics can develop at certain age. Similarly, the emotional development. So these three are the stages. We have the 4 stages of the development, but these are one of the linguistic development is a part of that. So emotional development, physical development, and cognitive development. So these physical development, they can ask you, give you a kind of the characteristics you have to recognize. And for emotional development, they can create a scenario, and they can ask you that which type of the development is this. That is the linguistic I have already. However, the milestone is linked with these developments. So milestones are actually the characteristics, and these characteristics according to the ages are keep changes. So an examiner can give you the characteristics, and they will ask you at a certain age. So these characteristics will not be least highlighted, but they are very prominent characteristics that we can easily recognize at certain age. So you have to go through it, and I have some lessons about that, so you can go and watch that one. Regarding the reading, phonic methods and phoneme. So this is already, there's a lesson, you can go that what are these phonic methods and phoneme. And you should know this is the teaching method for the reading, that the students can recognize about the first syllable, middle syllable, and last syllable. So these are the teachers practice in the classroom and the teaching strategies while teaching the English. However, the word families, these are the practices for the teachers that teachers should use these teaching strategies. Context clues, semantic field, you should know, morphological awareness skills, word structure. So how a teacher is complying in the classroom. So you should know these practices, and you should go through a very an authentic teaching approach, and should understand that how these approaches can be implemented. Now, word stem and derivation, word structure, post-reading stage, reading in real life context. So these are also, again, the scenario-based and practices. So for practices means you should know and have a knowledge while during teaching. Okay, so this you can demonstrate. Express functional writing skills and expressive writing skills. So you should recognize that which is the functional writing skills and the writing expressive writing skills they can create for them. So improve writing skills, and again, this is a practice: story, diary, advertisement, invitation, and description. So an examiner can ask you that if you want to improve the writing skills, what methods can be used, or an appropriate method for that. And spelling rules for pre-primary cycles. Okay, so this again class practice. Now speech components. Recognize noun, verb, and letter. Okay, so what teaching strategies should be in the classroom, or teacher should implement in order that students can easily recognize the noun, verb, and letter. The interrogative words. Okay, so this is again the practice. The tense, past, present, and the imperative tense practice. Singular and plural words, these are your practice that you know already. But however, from the math concepts, that number, time, data, real life math concept, places, value. So how you're going to apply these into the classroom, what will be the best way to teach these concepts. So counting skills you should know. Now this is that you should know. Okay, rote counting and rational counting. Okay. However, the arithmetic operation more or less equal. So how you can, what teaching strategy will be good. Okay. So I'll suggest you that if you have a skills book or workbook of grade level for KG, grade 1 and grade 2, you just have a look on it, and there's methods and instructions on the top of the questions. So you just like for certain skills we give them a shapes to recognize, we give them a colors, recognize them. So these are the methods according to the international benchmark, which is already embedded in your curriculum. So have a look on it, okay, that what methodology they have used. You should know the special relationship. Tangram or tangram, this was the question in previous. Pantomimes, this was the question in the test. Integration of science, that they can create a scenario that how to integrate music, drama, and social studies, physical education, science, mathematics, and other subjects like the more education into the subject's domain. You should know how to integrate, so they can create a scenario and they can ask you the patterns of. Regarding the UA visions, you have to go through it. I have a prepared certain. So you have a UA vision. You can ask that UA vision. What is the UA vision? So just go the benchmark for that. Global education. Okay, what global education is asking about? This has been taken from the standard 1, and this is the core of ethics: the integrity, fairness, intrapersonal skills. So you should know. Okay, so you can memorize these. Code of conduct, do's and don'ts. So this is a legislative requirement. Even suppose legislative requirement means, if is there any misconduct, what can be the possible or kind of the punishment or something that where you can get or something. Okay, or well-being for the children, physical, emotional, psychological. So this is a practice, and what the Wadima laws says about that. So code of conduct, do's and don'ts. There's the document. I'm sure you have assigned. So there's a do's and don'ts. Okay. So there's the positive conducts and negative conducts. Okay. Go through the positive conducts and negative conducts. So you don't have to memorize it. Okay. It's a very simple. How you're gonna communicate? This is from the family and parents domain. Communicate with the parents. We communicate with the different. We share the results in PTM. We share the progress. We share the attainment, and we share the strengths. We share the weaknesses, and we share. And this communication is through the soft messages, like the newsletters, emails, and there's any platform that you're gonna be informed. Okay, this is the thing you should know. You should share the planning, that what exactly you want to do, and what you are expecting from the students, and how you're gonna reduce the gap. Okay, and you can prepare the action plan for that. What is inclusion? Now, inclusion, that's very important. So inclusion, they can ask you about the SEN students and the SEN students, or the students of determinations, that how you'll be able to embed the inclusion policy into the curriculum. So if you know how to prepare the grade level curriculum, that we can easily you can embed these standards into your curriculum. Okay, so you can recognize all these things by the observation, and there's the survey inclusions department. They can give you the results that these students are the gifted and talented students, and for that you have to prepare an individual plan, and that individual plans you have to implement and integrate into your curriculum. So the observation approaches, recording techniques, these you should know about these. What are the observation? Okay, recording techniques. Okay, how's the recording, like the decoding, recording, and there's an anti-coding. I guess so. and convergent thinking, lateral thinking, screening assessment, family-centered approach, teacher-centered approach, student-centered approach. So these are the practice as well as you should know. And diagnostic assessment, summative assessment, formative assessment. So diagnostic assessment at the beginning of the something to identify the student's level, however, summative at the end of that formative, the ongoing. And however, these are the for child development, and I'll say that the most important and valuable, which is a standard one, objective permanence, okay, classical condition, operant condition, and there's some, that the theorist, they have a given theory. So I'll be giving you a name of these, that you should go across. I have shared in my documents those who are with me, in the paid content, I have already shared with them, and received all these resources, and I'll be updating you about that. So you should go again these that how objective permanence and classical condition operant conditions is working. So what experiment has been done by the theorist, you must know. So for those who are not a part of my coaching classes, okay, you can Google it and search, and even there are the video in the ECD Pedagogy as well as Pedagogy TLS playlist. Theories of the development, like the cognitive development, which I have already mentioned. Okay, stages of cognitive development, you should go the stages, but the ECD is only focusing on from 0 to 8 age. Okay, so you can measure that how many ages can be a part of these, and the characteristics of the stages of the development. This question was the thumb sucking. Even the stages are, these all were the part of the previous questions. Fine motor skills question, there was gross motor skills questions, the Vadima laws questions there, egocentrism was the question, idiocentric syncretic was there, attachment theory questions was there, stages of development, pre-operational questions was there, and concrete thinking question was there, sensory motor question was there, operational question thinking was question there. So again, Skinner's theory, Bernard's theory, there was a question from there. So Laird's theory's question was there, Rogers' theory's question was there, Jean Piaget's question theory was there, and child protection domain, which is in my live screens streaming. So these are the last from where from 77 to 100. These are extremely important for the child development domain 1, and I will recommend you just spend more time on it. And the above that, this is taken from the learning across the curriculum. So, and I'm sure, I'm very confident about that. Okay, if you're gonna go through these 100 terms and think about that these terms can turn into the questions, and how the questions will be. If you know the term, what exactly it's talking about, that will be very simple to answer these questions. So you can easily 1 to 2 hours you can prepare, instead of going through the whole study guide and this one. Even though if you need more help to prepare this document with the meanings and other details, okay, I need at least 24 hours to prepare. And for these services, okay, you will be these will be the paid content. Okay, so you can contact me through email, and my WhatsApp number is there. So thank you so much. This is exactly I want to share with you, and I hope this video is going to be very useful. So don't skip this video, watch this video till the end and try to understand, practice it as much as you can. You have 1 more week, okay, and good luck. We'll be meeting in the next lesson. If you think this video is very useful, please drop the comments, like it, and subscribe this channel. Thank you so much. Stay blessed.